You guys remember Christofer Drew from NeverShoutNever, dude? MySpace legend, OG emo icon, I guess. I mean, he wasn't really like a sad guy. He was more like a happy guy, literally. He's kind of fallen off and gone insane in recent years, to put it bluntly. I don't really keep up that much. However, it does seem to be the case. I think he's had some sort of sobriety journey, perhaps. I don't know if he's really making as much music or putting it out these days, but Vizzy Plus has made a video about him. Fall off needs to be studied, and I'm studying it. It is what it is.
Was the guy that every girl wanted and every emo kid wanted to be. It was to the point where
the ukulele goat before Miranda sang.
I dyed my hair green because of him. I would walk around barefoot because of him. I started smoking cigarettes because of this guy. He made smoking cool. I'm pretty sure Johnny Gill.
This guy was putty in his hand. He had this guy in a chokehold. This is the scene where he made BryanStars cry, which made me not like him as much for a while. And then I, you know, kind of never, I say for a while, I mean, I never really rebounded. I just kind of went on with my life. I was like, this guy was a dickhead to this YouTuber. I didn't know BryanStars for many years, so. And I don't know him anymore. But, you know, this is part of the story.
It was on the same boat as me. That motherfucker also wanted to be Christofer Drew. He even had the big fuzzy hat, like Christofer, the werewolf hat, like Christofer Drew.
I know the hat.
I had as well. So,
and I don't know if I can fully trust you if you own such a hat. It's the one that covers the ears. It's called a some sort of fucker hat, some sort of freak hat. What is it called? Hat with flaps on the side. Even the fucking internet doesn't know what it's called. It's a winter hat with flaps on the side, but you know, it's an ugly hat. I don't fully trust anyone who owns that. I mean, it looks comfortable. Too comfortable.
We became a band that everyone absolutely loved to then like one of the most hated in the scene. Why?
Russian ass hat. A little bit.
This interviewer right here, and this interview specifically. Now, BryanStars, for all the youngins that may not know this, BryanStars was an interviewer that was very popular in the alternative music space because his interviews were different. It wasn't like, hey Chris, what's
your big old penis name? I mean, porn star name.
What's the creative direction you're going with
BryanStars was my roommate for a couple years.
Blah, 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 right? BryanStars was different because instead of
That's
asking
my lord.
like these generic questions that every other interview asks, he asked ridiculous shit. BryanStars would ask shit like, oh, if you were a porn star, what would your porn star name be? What's your the most girliest trait about you? Just asking more fun, out-of-pocket questions that were kind of like
so fun,
pushing boundaries a bit. So everyone,
some would call them perverse and trite and not musically inclined. Christofer Drew, perhaps, I think, would say that we should talk about the music, man, and take our shoes off and smoke a cig. Bryan said, no, give me, he was clip farming, basically, but before clips were even a thing. I don't think he ever had, like, that type of content grind set
with BryanStars, because on top of this, he wasn't like a generic emo kid that looked like this. Like, look at it, random white boy that's always wearing his blue Aeropostale polo shirt, right? Anyway, BryanStars and Christofer Drew, they had a huge first interview together. Huge. What happened was first interview was so poppin'. BryanStars was like, oh fuck yeah, we're gonna get another interview with Christofer Drew and the band because the first one did so well. And this was an important second interview because this interview specifically was going to go on like the New York Times or something. I don't remember. I could be butchering that. And he thought, like, who is the band I want to do this big interview with? And
it's funny that this guy's perception of reality is similar to mine in that Christofer Drew's fall off started with this interview. That is, I'm glad that we both see eye to eye on that. For whatever reason. Maybe it's the truth.
NeverShoutNever. Here's the
I don't want to assume.
This interview,
but I'm always right.
Absolute shit. Absolute shit. Christofer Drew and the band are like not paying any attention. Like, they're giving BryanStars a cold shoulder. There was a point where like they're just like being very dismissive over BryanStars. This guy, I think his name is Hayden, I forget. He like snatches BryanStars like interview questions out of his hands, and he's just like throwing them, and like basically they're bullying BryanStars during this whole interview. Now you may be asking yourself,
not very peace and love, if you ask me.
That's because BryanStars had a video spreading rumors about NeverShoutNever breaking up, but the reality was that's not what he was doing. BryanStars was just covering some sort of article he saw about NeverShoutNever potentially breaking up because Christofer Drew is was saying something along the lines of like, oh
so
yeah,
who fucking cares? If you're in a band, people are gonna say things about you. Get over it, dude.
yeah, I'm like burnt out or something. I just want to go live in a mountain, blah, blah, blah. Here it is. So this, RIP Never Shout Never, sad face, Christofer Drew interview, Alternative Press 2011. So this was him like breaking down this interview, and it was just a clickbait thing. And Christofer Drew and the guys didn't like that. After that, everyone
Christofer Drew and the guys is the later band name that they would change the whole thing to. Or was it the Shout? No, I think it was Christofer Drew and the guys.
Bryan like shit, but then Bryan went down his own rabbit hole of being a scumbag and like a weirdo, and just, again, it's a whole thing. You could watch my main channel video on it. But since then, Never Shout Never has always been in this weird place. They basically lost their good boy stain, I guess. I don't know how to really describe
that. Sounds like an item that you get in Binding of Isaac. The good boy stain. +2 something or other.
Vibe.
Yeah, I like that game too much. Perhaps I'm thinking about it right now. Perhaps I want to play it right now. Who knows?
Never Shout Never never really bounced back.
You wouldn't know because I'm so composed and I'm not even mentioning it or sweating.
Around 13 years ago. What album was that? I'm pretty sure that was like right after Time Travel. Like, if I look at the, you know what's funny? I look at the albums and I imagine the exact eras. So Never Shout Never, during the Time Travel album, they were like in this weird transitional era of being like the fucking golden boys of the scene to then like being on the weirder, more experimental side of music, and also they're kind of losing their cutesiness. Then Indigo happened and everyone just kind of stopped giving.
And they're trying to be Pink Floyd and it's tripping everybody out, dude. And if you don't fucking take acid, that's just not appealing, okay? It's not as appealing. And you're old now.
About Never Shout Never. And they kind of just fell off. And Black Cat 2015, when this album came out, they did have kind of a bounce back because they ended up going on Warped Tour, and Christofer Drew was like, I know last time we played Warped Tour, I was just bitching and crying about the whole tour because that's another whole thing.
I loved the set of him crying for 45 minutes.
This week, I believe. Never Shout Never lore is so crazy. It really is. I kind of want to do a video just breaking that down. The Never Shout Never lore is absolute. Like, that is a fall off that needs to be studied. I can't find it.
Have I been hitting the head with a bat?
When Never Shout Never announced that they were playing Warped Tour 2015, Christofer Drew was like kind of weird about it. Or was it 2015? I'm lying. Yeah, it might have been actually. I don't know. He was just really cringe, and like, he was at the point where he was like too old to be acting cutesy, and he was acting cutesy during the announcement. I don't know why I can't find it, but it doesn't matter. Now, anyway, after all this, I'm like on a yapathon now. Let me stop myself. Let's look at their concert archive real quick though. 2015 was the Warped Tour.
Yeah, that's what I don't care about. Concerts I wasn't at? No thanks. All right, what else are we talking about?
Coming shows. So, mind you, Never Shout Never has not played any shows since 2019, and even then, it was only 6 shows, right? So, since 2019, it's big, a huge comeback.
Everyone needs a good cry in the morning.
Comeback
for 45.
When Young Fest announced this. Never Shout Never was going to play 2025 We Were Young Fest.
But he was too busy.
And everyone's confused, like, what the fuck, is this a return? Like, what is this? Now, this is the tweet when he mentioned the set.
I'm not returning to music. This is the final solo acoustic thing. Why is he quitting? He don't like it no more?
He says, I'm not returning to music. There is a final solo acoustic set planned for next year. I'm focusing on painting and modeling long-term moving forward, right?
Who quits music?
That acoustic set was...
Isn't that like some sort of lifelong passion? Do I have the wrong idea?
We Were Young Fest. But yeah, everyone was like very excited about it. But people were at the same time like concerned because, again, remember, he used to look like this. Very cute emo boy with the classic suicide design.
I wish this guy could keep it in his pants, dude. We get it. You think he's cute, but listen, he looks like a bum here. He's asking for you to get better, but also maybe $2 if you got it.
And chances sign. And when he started posting selfies of himself, out of nowhere, he looks like this, right? Now I know he wants to be a model, so I'm trying to see it in more of like a fashion kind of sense. But like, people are kind of like clowning him for looking like this, saying he looks unwell, he looks homeless, like a crackhead, blah, blah, blah. I think he's just like trying to put together some fits. I think he looks fine, but I think it's more so his face. He just like aged like shit, I'm not gonna lie, and his mustache is just not not looking too nice.
Listen, man, it's called Twink Death and White Boy Swag, which changes as you get older. It is what it is.
Sweet, bro. I have never drank blood, just so you know.
What the fuck did I just... Wait, what did I just skip to? Why is he saying that?
Never would. I'm a good vampire. I've never done anything evil.
Hey, yo!
Thanks for clearing that up, buddy. I wasn't even thinking that, but now I'm thinking that, and now I'm wondering if you meant what you said.
Huh? Like, what is bro yapping about? Vampire, huh? From what I understand, Archangel Michael does not
Bro's probably got the 7-0 from the gas station. He thinks he's on Kratom. You don't want to touch that stuff, bud. It's not Kratom.
Blonde hair or blue eyes or large feathered wings, but he has long, medium brown hair and dark green eyes, and he is almost 6'1". He could be the tallest officer in military because it is forbidden to be tall. End of story. And like, the weirdest thing is no one is allowed to like reply to him. So he's like having a conversation with himself. I know I shared a lot of interesting insights, but I want to reassure you.
He doesn't want to hear your damn peanut gallery's opinions on what he's spitting, which is absolute schizo nonsense. I know I shared a lot of interesting insights, but I just want to reassure you I'm very normal. That's what normal people say, like me, and you should believe me when I say it. So I'm gonna give Christofer Drew the same benefit. I agree with what he said. He probably means it. I am honored high degree master Mason, and I love the earth and the United States. This is my piece.
I'm a very normal person.
Okay.
I am honored. Brother, I'm gonna just leave it be. I'm gonna just leave it be.
Yeah, I don't follow him, so I didn't see any of that. Easy life hack.
With this extremely sad tweet. I am honored to be invited to When We Were Young Fest in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, I will not be able to play the concert. I've been suffering from a mouth infection and I will need to do severe dental work for the rest of the year and will not be able to make the appearance.
Well, that fucking sucks. Hope he gets well from his mouth infection. That sounds rough, dude. Shout out Christofer Drew. He'll bounce back. He just had a dentist. He just has to go to the dentist. Shout out Vizzy Plus. Good recap. Good recap. What's a Never Shout Never song? Big City Creams? I'll take 3.